guys, welcome back to TezMania TV. In today's video I am doing a Q&A because it's been a really long time since I did one of those. And I quickly asked you guys for questions on Instagram and Facebook and you replied really fast, so the quota was filled within like 2 hours or something, which is awesome. And I'm gonna be including some questions in this video that have been featured in previous Q&A videos because I can't actually remember what I've answered before. I've done a lot of Q&A videos in the past and I have a playlist for that if you want to go check that out. But yeah, let's get to today's questions, shall we? And as always, I'm sorry if I butcher your usernames, but you know. Tyrant1100 says, is there any color you wouldn't dye your hair besides natural colors? LOL. Not really. I mean, not even natural colors are out of the question. I know. Like when I buzz my head completely, no bangs or anything, I actually prefer having it my natural color and not dye the buzz. But no, there's not a single color out there that I would never do. Then I do have colors that I prefer and others that I don't like very much, but nothing is off the table for me. Natasha Ross 1049 says, when was the last time you had long hair? Well, if we don't count the times when I used to braid in dreads, I haven't had my own like natural long hair since I was, I want to say like 25, maybe way more back than that. So it's been at least like 15 years maybe. I don't know. I don't like having long hair. I've never had long hair for long periods of time, not even as a kid. I did save it out a couple of times, but just didn't like it. Days Crimson says, how has being self-employed worked out? Is it everything you thought it would be? It's actually worked out pretty great. I have been self-employed or a freelancer for 4 years now, and I do not miss being hired like a regular person. I thought that I would miss having colleagues around me all day long, but I actually don't. I get a lot more stuff done when I'm by myself. I'm pretty disciplined when I have a deadline, so working from home is really not a problem for me. It also means that I get to spend my days with my dog, which is amazing. And yeah, I have a steady stream of work that keeps me going, so I'm pretty happy about it, and I hope it keeps going well because I have ideas for how to develop my business and stuff. So yeah. In case you don't know what I do for a living, I'm a multimedia producer and a communicator, so I do like videos, photography, illustrations. I do a lot of graphic design, like reports for prints and stuff like that. Paula Walla 89 says, do you regret any of your tattoos or will you change anything about them? I don't regret any of them, but I've had a couple of them covered up, as you guys know by now. And I am gonna change some of them that I already have, like develop them or cover them up or like make them part of a new thing. So that's definitely gonna happen, but it's not because I regret something. It's more like, oh, I should have done this instead, or maybe I couldn't afford doing that at the time, so I did something more simple, stuff like that. Jaylin421 says, do you ever get tired of your body jewelry? Sometimes I like to take everything out, but I just feel naked. I don't. The only time I want to take something out is when I have a cold and this thing gets covered in snot. So I take it out and I put a little silicone eyelet in, and that just makes it more comfortable during the days when my nose is basically like a faucet. But other than that, no, I love my piercing jewelry. I got them for a reason. The ones that I've retired, I'm happy that I've retired. But that was because they gave me grief or they never healed and stuff like that. So the ones I have, no, I absolutely love them. And I never take them out unless I absolutely have to. Camila Celis Gonzalez says, what is your favorite color? I mean black, obviously, but that doesn't count as a color, I suppose. I love red. Black and red together is my favorite mix. So yeah, let's go with red. Erica Killer Queen says, how did you learn to speak English and where are you from? I'm from Sweden, which most of you know by now. I live in Stockholm, born and raised in Sweden, and I speak English because it's mandatory in schools here from like age 9 or something like that. I also have an interest in linguistics and languages, so yeah, it comes naturally to me. Live Laugh Love 995 says, would you ever watch a horror movie on your own? Yes, I do that all the time, but not the super scary shit or the stuff where I don't really know what to expect. My kind of favorite horror movie is gore and like super spattery, disgusting stuff. I know, I'm weird, but that's what I love. And that's more like a fascinating thing to me. It doesn't necessarily make me scared, but it's more like, you know, because it's so gross. And I can watch that all day long by myself. That's fine. But when it's like a new movie that you don't really know what it's about, like for instance, I would never have watched The Babadook by myself. There's no fucking way. But now that I've seen it, I would be okay with seeing it again by myself. But the first time, I did not know what to expect, and the concept of it freaked me the fuck out. So I was like really scared, like feet up in the couch, like holding my husband when we watched it. So that's the kind of movie that I wouldn't watch by myself. But other kinds of horror movies, yeah, totally, no problem. 16VSR says, what's your all-time favorite TV shows? I'm still a sucker for Buffy, though some of the stuff hasn't aged super well. But yeah, I love Buffy, and I kind of enjoy stuff that's kind of mainstream. Like I really enjoy Grey's Anatomy for some reason. And that shit is still going. So, but obviously I also love anything that has to do with superheroes or sci-fi stuff. We're still watching Black Mirror right now on Netflix, which I really like. I thought The Witcher was quite entertaining, and what I don't like watching is like sitcoms. That doesn't do it for me because they usually don't have my kind of humor. It's just the same kind of very American family humor in all of those. So that doesn't really do anything for me. Gillian Mumford says, how did you first get into media and makeup? Had you thought about it during, after, or way after your school time? The makeup thing, I don't actually work as a makeup artist. I am a professional makeup artist and an airbrusher, but it is really difficult to make money doing that, and it's way easier doing it with the stuff that I actually do, like graphic design and stuff. I actually enjoy that more too, and it's less draining for my body. Because when you do makeup, you work in uncomfortable positions, and you guys know that my neck is fucked. School time, I mean, I have a degree that includes a bunch of media and communication, so obviously I chose to do that. And way back in high school even, I was like already working with graphic design and photography and stuff. And I always enjoyed doing makeup since a young age, so I guess I knew that I wanted to work with all that stuff somehow, but it didn't take shape immediately because you don't know, you want to try things out when you're young. So I did a bunch of other stuff, but it led me to a very creative job, which I love today that I have. And yeah, just to make sure you guys know, like the makeup side of it is very, very minimal. Like I do wedding makeup when my friends get married and stuff like that. Jenny Ikeheimo says, would you ever like to have some kind of meet and greet chilling event with your fans? If you answered yes, where would you like to keep it? You're the best, keep on going, girl. Thanks, Jenny. I've talked about this in the past, and obviously it would be fun to do a meet and greet, but I think I would have to do it in an international spot, like if I went to London or something like that, because I don't know how many followers I have here in Stockholm. I occasionally bump into them, but it's not that often, and I don't know, so it would have to be like somewhere more international. I have no idea where or when that would happen, but obviously I would let you guys know if such an occasion would present itself. Sophia Hume says, hi Tess, would you ever do a meet and greet in Nottingham? If I have a reason to go to Nottingham and there's enough people there who actually want to meet me, then yeah, sure. And or Nornand says, hey Tez, any plans for 2020, like trips and concerts, and you plan on getting more tattoos? Yes, obviously. I already have my first tattoo session for 2020 planned, and it is the continuation of my Tank Girl tattoo on my thigh. I'm super excited about that. I'm going to do that in a couple of weeks, actually. I'll update you guys on it when it's done. And yes, I have a bunch of concerts and festivals and stuff planned, which I'm really excited about. Mayra D Tool says, do you have any goals for 2020 and what do you expect for this year? Well, the expect was kind of the same as I just mentioned, but goals, I want my business to grow. That's one of the goals for this year. It went really well last year and I want it to keep going well. So I guess most of my goals are work related for 2020. That might sound boring to you guys, but it's really exciting for me. And obviously I have goals for like body modifications and stuff like that too, but I never reveal that ahead of time, as you guys know, so I'll keep you posted when something happens there. Kevin M. Johnson asks, are you heading to Subcult again this year? I am, and I'm actually bringing my husband this year. It's the first time he gets to come. I kind of decided for him. We were like a little bit drunk and I was like, you know, the tickets are out. I'm just gonna buy 2. And I bought 2 and I booked the hotel and he was like, am I going? And I was like, you are. So that's what happened. Subcult, by the way, if you don't know, is an alternative festival here, and my favorite band of all time, Mimicry, is playing there this summer, so obviously I'm going. Karen Steck says, were you ever into other kinds of music or just punk? I listen to a variety of music. Punk is the music that I prefer, obviously, because it's part of my aesthetic and growing up and all that stuff, being a riot girl in the 90s. But I don't just listen to punk all day long. I consume a bunch of different kinds of music. I had a period when I listened a lot to stuff like Aesthetic Perfection. In the past, I've listened to a lot of rock. I really enjoy Aerosmith, bands like that. I mean, I can also enjoy a good pop song if it's well done. I really like the Billie Eilish song, I'm the Bad Guy, for some reason. That's just, I really fucking love that song. So it's mostly punk, but I have days when I want to just, I don't know, listen to something completely different. And the last question is from Mariejo Ann. How was your Christmas? Thank you for asking. It was lovely, other than the fact that my neck was fucked the whole time. I live with chronic neck pain, as you guys know, but I have okay periods and then I have periods when shit is rough. And like 5 days before Christmas, I got a lockdown in the back of my neck, and it lasted for a full month. You guys know that I went to the Canary Islands over New Year's Eve, and that shit was still there. So I woke up in pain every single morning. You know, you're trying to be on the beach and like finding a comfortable spot, but everything just hurts. So that kind of brought things down a little bit, unfortunately. But obviously I had a great time with my husband and his family when we were abroad, and I had a lovely time with my family when I was there for Christmas. And it's always nice to get time off and, you know, hang out with people you love. As you know, I also just celebrated my birthday, which was January 16th. So I had 3 days of celebrating, which kind of ties in with Christmas because it's so close afterwards. But yeah, I had a good Christmas and I hope you guys did too. And I'm gonna wrap things up in this video now. So thank you guys so much for asking your questions. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I love you, and remember, do no harm, but take no shit. I'll see you next time.